Oh my God! Oh my God!
Don't give me
I
any
am
kids
so
yet.
sorry.
I don't need no babies.
Oh my God! I don't think I've ever done that before, have I? I'm here, keeping a mask on, so I hope you can hear me. My port gave me a little bit of issues, but it ended up giving us blood return, so thank God. I think they're going to run my blood and find out what's going on. Maybe the doctor will soon, but I'll keep you up to date. How is everyone? I'm sorry about my voice again, but I wanted to give everyone an update on everything that went on today. First of all, look at the beautiful day. It's gorgeous. It is after school, and typically right after school, Micah goes on his computer and plays video games. Go figure. And Amanda and Christian, Amanda definitely takes a nap. Christian sometimes does. And he is in there. They are both in there taking a nap. So I came out here. I'm on the one side of the car with a pillow and a little neck pillow. I don't know if you can see right down there. These are neck pillows that I made with the kids about 7 years ago when we were traveling, and so I was like, let's all make one. So I'm now using them as a butt pillow, like old ladies who had those little donut pillows. Well, yeah, that's what I'm using it as. Anyway, I'm just sitting out here, and I figured I should give you guys an update of what happened today. So, as you all know, a few weeks ago, I'd gone through my first round of chemo, my first week of chemo, and my second week of chemo. It's Gemzar. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Gemzar. And you're supposed to have once a week for 3 weeks and then 1 week off. And unfortunately, my blood levels were not good enough for me to do the third round. And so I had to wait 2 weeks to get it back up. Then I started again with last week I had one, or 2 weeks ago I had one, and then last week I had one. And 2 weeks ago was normal, but last week when they took my blood before the chemo, they told me that it was already, my levels were already so low that most doctors would not have given me chemo that day. They would have held off. But because of my situation that I'm in and there's not much we have that we could use, I kind of encouraged my doctor to please let me do it. So we did it, and I made sure I had my mask on everywhere I went, and I tried not to go out if I didn't have to. Well, as you hear, I still got sick. The chemo normally does. After 12 hours after your first injection, you get you get a high fever. And then you get like flu-like symptoms for a few days. And it's only every week, so you have your chemo one day, and that knocks me out. I don't know why they say it shouldn't make you tired, but it does to me all the time. So that day is kind of a blur after chemo. And then, like, the next day I have a high fever, and I start to feel like I have a flu, and there's like 2 or 3 days that I was feeling like I had the flu, and then like I get maybe 1 or 2 days in where I'm feeling okay. for the most part, and then it's time to do it again. And last week, it was the same where I had my 12-hour high fever, and then I started feeling like I had the flu, of course, body aches, chills, just typical flu. Not really that much nausea, but I had no appetite whatsoever. I was forcing myself to eat, and I was so extremely tired. It's more than tired. If you've not had chemotherapy or immunotherapy exhaustion, you don't know what this is like. It's just crazy. And I tried to rest when my kids weren't here, but I did take them out to the mall with a friend one night, and I didn't wear my mask. Well, that wasn't a good thing. That was Saturday night. Let's say Sunday morning, I woke up. Early in the morning, I woke up and I was horrible. I was definitely feeling like I had the flu. I took my temperature. It was like 100.4 or something like that. I took it a few times just in case my thermometer was telling the wrong, and it was consistent. So I took my ibuprofen, or my Tylenol, and went back to bed. And then I woke up and I had this, like, my throat around 4 o'clock, 4:30, my throat, like, felt like it was closing up on me. I couldn't breathe, and I was really gasping for air. And I went in the bathroom, and no one else was awake, but I looked in the mirror, my whole face was swollen, my eyes were swollen, my throat was swollen. So I don't know what that was, if that was the beginning of the sickness or an allergy. But I took oral Benadryl that we have around the house for making magic mouthwash for ulcers. And so I took that, and of course that meant I couldn't go to school. I couldn't go to, church in the morning because I was just knocked out, and there was no way I was driving. But the rest of the day, I was so sick. I was sleeping. I was really, that's when the chest congestion came. Headache, really extremely bad headache, and a sore throat. I still had a voice for a little bit, but it was like that night is when all of a sudden my voice was gone. And then Monday and Tuesday wasn't good. Yesterday was not good at all, and then today I went in, and they heard me right away, and they're like, they got the, like, when there's something serious when you go in for chemo, and it's all open, but they have these, like, individual curtains that can separate each bed or whatever it is. And so if there's something like private, you need to talk to your doctor, or if you have to get a shot or something, they will shut that. So when the doctors come in and the nurses come in and they shut that, it's something serious. And they did that to me. And they, after taking my blood, and they're like, yeah, your levels are really messed up. Like with your chemo, we expect your white cells to do one thing, but it did the exact opposite. And it was really basically telling them that I was fighting something massive, and they already could tell because I was spiking fevers of 101.6 earlier that morning. And I was hot flashing, cold and freezing and miserable. And so they actually wanted me to go inpatient right away. And I'm like, oh, I have my kids. Isn't there something else you can do? I promise I won't do anything I'm not supposed to. Give me an antibiotic, and they go home to their dad on Saturday morning at 9. If I need to, I swear I will just drive right to the hospital. So basically, they sent me for a chest x-ray, and they did see something, but they said it looks like it could be the beginning of pneumonia, but it wasn't like a lot of it. It wasn't like I had to go and definitely stay in the hospital. But they said it's obvious my body's fighting something massive, and they gave me some stuff while I was there, and some new the shot, and fluids, and they told me that I have to be very careful. Don't fool around with this because my immune system is really I'm really immunocompromised extremely, so I know I don't have a mask on right now, but literally I'm out in the breeze and the air and there's nobody here at all. So I am carrying my hand sanitizer, and I do have a mask. I just don't feel like putting it on for this. It's bad enough for you to hear my voice and you can't tell what I'm saying, so it's better if you can see my mouth move. Anyway, so they said that they gave me a really strong antibiotic to go home with, and they want me to call them tomorrow morning, and I might go in for fluids and something else. I forget what they said. And while the kids are in school, and then I have to call them again on Saturday to see how I'm doing, if they want me to come back into the ER. So, or through the ER, I'm not sure, just into the hospital. So just pray it doesn't get to that, because I have a lot of things to do next week at the end of the week, and I just don't, it wouldn't be good if I had to be in the hospital. I really, really need to do these things. So anyway, that's what's going on, and I have my shirt right now for the Fry Life. I follow them. If you're not familiar with the Fry Life, Mary and, oh my God. As I say Mary, I feel like Mary. She has cystic fibrosis, and her husband's a pastor, and they have a great YouTube channel. And this is one of their shirts. It says, "Do what you think you can't do," and that's one of her sayings. So I'm going to do what I think I can't do. So shout out to you, the Fry Life, and all those Fry Lifers out there. So just pray for me and wish me luck. Hopefully I don't have to go in. So I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the nice weather. Bye. This is not an easy pill to take for me for some reason. It's not huge, but for some reason, each time I go to take it, I've struggled swallowing it, and 2 times I've already thrown it up. Sorry if that's TMI, but it's my antibiotic, and it's only because of this and some other meds, like Aleve, that my temperature is finally below 101. It was 99 point something last night. Yay. But so pray I can get this thing down and keep it down. All right. Thanks for praying for me, everyone. Bye. Well, for the second time in a row, my port is not able to be accessed. It has a clog, and I have to have a port study. So I had to have my chemo through my arm this time, but it's going to burn. I'm not looking forward to this. However, I can say that I think I just had my first vein accessed through my arm, the best that it's ever been, because I swear I didn't even feel it. She was awesome, and she got it on the first try, and I'm amazed. So now just pray that my blood level, I said this was the first chemo I was ever afraid of, so thank God it's only half hour. Wish me luck.
If any of those are clean, can I have one?
Yeah,
when they're clean, whatever. Yeah, I get to have
wipe it down?
It doesn't matter, just as long as it has something on it.
Yeah, we'll put the focus.
Yeah.
No problem. You want 2? You want the both?
I can just have one, because I know there's not any in there, and someone else is probably going to want
I
it.
didn't realize that.
How's your little one doing? She's probably a big one now, isn't she?
That's not me, that's Aaron.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Don't give me
I
any
am
kids
so
yet.
sorry.
I don't need no babies.
Oh my God! I don't think I've ever done that before, have I? Not. If I have,
It's okay.
I am
It's not
so
the first time
sorry.
we've gotten confused.
I've never done that before. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when I'm ready. Start blessing me with these children.
Well, if you're anything like her, you won't show till the end. So I didn't notice it till the end with her.
Aaron says she's good.
Did she watch fireworks? I sat next to a little, like almost 3-year-old. She was so cute. Every time there was a pink one, she was going, pink! But your daughter's not that old yet. Alrighty, so I'm starting. Yay! Last week I had a test done because my port wasn't being accessed, and it said I had what's called a something sheet over it, and sometimes that'll cause it to not access. Sometimes if it's so bad, they have to change the port. Today, they didn't even need medicine.
We did start.
So, and my blood levels were good, and that's because I am now on a treatment instead of every week. I'm doing it every other week. So, I still have to cough a little bit, but it's not anything like it used to be, and my blood levels are good, so I get to have chemo today. Yay! Yeah, so I think that's it. And hopefully I won't be too sick because I have my sister in town. She comes in town tomorrow, but she goes to the beach, and then we're going to go to the beach. So we'll be there next week. So hopefully I'm not going to be too bad for that, because I'm planning on taking the kids on Thursday into Friday. I think that's enough time. So, ready. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey everyone. Sorry I can't look too much at the camera. I'm actually driving. I'm running a little late. I have my doctor's appointment with Dr. Riley. Oh my gosh, this is a road that nobody should be walking on, and there's a guy walking down it. Ugh. Anyway, I have an appointment with Dr. Riley after having 2 rounds, not really 2 rounds, 2 chemos with the every other week schedule now that he switched me on. As you guys can see, my hair is growing back because this chemo doesn't always cause hair loss. So my hair is growing back. It was very it's like in spots longer and like with nothing on, I guess, bald in certain spots, long in certain spots, or longer in certain spots. So I don't feel comfortable enough to go out bald, like go out without it, because it's at a weird point. So I'm not sure if this is just going to be a regular checkup and blood work, or if he's going to give me any answers, because he said he was going to look into talking to his colleagues, the team, or whatever. Not his colleagues, other colleagues. He calls it the team. I don't know who specifically that is, but he was going to talk to them and see if they have any other suggestions. So we'll see. I hope I get there in time. Got behind because I ended up spilling some coffee on my outfit and had to change my shirt before I left. Go figure. Anyway, I will catch up with you. Hopefully I'll have enough time to turn on the camera while I am talking to Dr. Riley. Alright? And that way you guys can hear what he says. If it's not much, I may not even put it on. Like, I'll record it. I'll see what he says. If it's not much, just a regular checkup, I'll probably not put the actual recording in the video. We'll see. Alrighty. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, long time no see. The doctor decided with my Gemzar that was every week for 3 weeks and then 1 week off for testing. We had never even gotten to that third week ever because my blood counts were always messed up. So he decided to change the protocol to every other week, and after each week, the second week that I wasn't having treatment, I'd get my blood work. I was doing a lot of coughing still, and I still am off and on, and my actual tumor, the one on my chest wall, did not seem like it was getting any better. And it's hard to tell if it's getting smaller because what happens is it kind of gets, if you don't like disgusting stuff, you might want to go away. I'll put at the bottom when to come back because this may not be very easy to handle. So here we go. Basically, it would get all pussy and sometimes bleed, but a lot of oozing. And then it would, like, I put stuff on it, Band-Aids on it, and then it may crust over and then seem like it would start to heal, and then it would, the crust or the whatever would break off, and then it would do it all over again. But it never got any smaller, never got any better. And I figured I would show you what it looks like today. So now you heard the bad words. If you don't like to see it, step away. I'm not sure what it looks like. I know what it looked like earlier today when I showed my doctor, but I'm not sure what it looks like now. I do have a Band-Aid on it. I'm pretty sure it's still oozing because I kind of can feel it underneath. So look away if you don't like it. I hope you're able to see this in the video. So basically this is it right here, and it's like all like oozing and stuff. I'm not sure how good you can see that, but I hope you can. I'll do another video, get another look at it later. And I'm going to end up putting the Band-Aid on back now just because the ooze or whatever it is, pus, is able to keep the Band-Aid on, but I'm going to put it back on. Oh, by the way, I did use my hand sanitizer before I even touched it. Anyway, like you needed to know that. So because I am having active coughing still, and the pain seems to be getting further this way again, and I have wheezing still, and it's not getting any better, and the tumor's not getting better. The doctor had decided a few weeks ago that he would see if any of my old biopsies were able to be gathered and sent out again to see if there were any markers or anything that would get me to be able to qualify for any kind of treatment. And he finally got that back. He said he saw it yesterday when he came in. He doesn't know if he came in before that because he was away on vacation. But he said that there was this one, and I'm just going to say, I don't know too much information about it. He's going to send it to me. All I know is the name of, I guess, the gene, the numbers. And evidently this makes you qualify for a certain type of treatment. There are certain targeted therapies with this type of gene. And he needs to look into it more because it's hard for him to understand. But he said there's this one for that type, that medication or I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, just was approved very recently that he doesn't even know if I looked it up if I'd find anything on it yet. He looked it up and he didn't find anything on it. And then there were 2 other ones that showed up that might make me qualify for something else. But he doesn't have any information on those yet. Anyway, I'm going to give, it says the mutation. I guess it's a mutation. Mutation M. But then it says PIK3CA and then CD gene. I guess that's the name of the gene. But then it says DNJ, and in capital letters PIQRAY. I don't know what that means. If it means something to you, go down below and tell me. Or if you know a website that might be able to help me understand what that means. I'm assuming that means that there is a genetic mutation of a gene, and within that, those numbers is the type of gene. And I'm not sure if one of these were the gene that is the mutation and then the other one is the type of treatment. I don't know. He just wrote this down and he said he was going to get more information for me. The only negative thing that I realized after I left is when we had been talking, he had mentioned that he took the biopsies from 2016 and did these tests from that one, which that means that he did the test on the tumors that were the mediastinal melanoma tumors. This tumor that you just saw there is not the same type of cancer as that one. That one was the melanoma. This one that you're seeing now is the triple negative breast cancer. And I'm like, if they're not the same, yeah, we're going to have the one under control, but what about the other one? I thought about that after. I don't know. Well, I mean, we're spacing also, like when we get our scans and everything, we can see the large mediastinal tumor and all the other ones that are from the melanoma, and we obviously can see them growing and shrinking and stuff. But right now, what the doctor decided to do was, because this tumor doesn't look like it's getting any better, to stop my Gemzar. It didn't look like I was going to get much more of it anyway, because my blood work probably is going to tank again. Today it seemed to be okay, but I haven't gotten my second treatment yet. I've only done the first one. It was usually the second one, then it tanks. And with me last time it tanked, and then I got the pneumonia. So, and I wasn't able to get any more treatments. So I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm dealing with two different cancers, and that's a good thing that they found something that'll work for the melanoma. But what about the triple negative breast cancer that's growing right here? I don't know. You know, just a lot of people have asked me, how do you feel about this? I get that all the time. You're terminal. How do you feel about that? And, you know, I'll be honest, it does upset me. It worries me. And, of course, I do want to try to spend as much of my time with my family and stuff. But I also don't want to, like, say, oh, I'm going to die either, because there's so many treatments out there that are just around the corner that you never know. It seems like every time one of my treatments stops, there's one that just gets approved that I then qualify for. And so I feel like I'm always going to be in this battle, but there's always going to be something. And I pray that there's always going to be something. Don't get me wrong, there have been many times, even just a week or two ago, that I was like wondering if I should just stop it. I don't know. But I'm going to base if I should stop it off of what comes out of this, because this gives me hope when I have these type of results or these type of answers from my doctor. Because trust me, last time he's like, I don't know what to do, Tam. I really don't know what to tell you. And then we got this back. So hopefully he can find some of my biopsy from last year and do the same test on it. And if they can do that, I'm going to point this out to him. If they can do that, then maybe we can find some mutation that was in this and a genetic marker or genetic, something that can target that type of cancer, that actual cancer too. So also I wanted to say that there was an issue that I've been having. I have a port, and that is, for those of you who don't know, I get my treatment with that. So we were having issues with my port for the past like 2 months, where there were many times where it wasn't working at all. And so they sent me, the last time before this one, it didn't work at all. So they had to give me the medicine, the Gemzar, in my arm. And oh my goodness, it hurt so bad. I didn't want to have to do that again. So they sent me for a test to make sure that the actual, there's two things they were worried about. One was that the end of my port was not, for whatever, had moved and wasn't hooked to the main artery anymore. That, if that happened, they would have had to go in and give me another port. So another surgery for another port. And the second thing could have also had the same outcome, and that was basically I don't know what they called it, some kind of a sheath or a protein sheath or something, and it gets clogged, I guess. And typically you can use heparin and other things to try to push it through, but whatever reason, it doesn't always work. But for me, having that, they did find the protein sheath, meaning a clog, and having the actual test to see what the clog, it fixed my clog, oddly enough. They said it happens a lot. Like literally, she was able to access my port that 2 days or 3 days later with no issues. Doesn't mean that the clog or sheath is completely gone, but at least it made it so that I could have my treatment this last time. So I did have that. It was a normal treatment. I had my normal side effects. I was worried because I had my kids over the weekend, and I pushed myself through it. And then Monday, and then most of today, Monday I crashed all day. Like, I just crashed and I was not doing good at all. And I knew, because that's like typical with that day, but then not being able to relax and doing stuff over the weekend, it made it even worse on Monday. And then today, up until my doctor's appointment, I basically crashed again. I'm sorry if you hear my cat in the background. She's running around going crazy. This is like her favorite time of night. But if you can hear something go or a bang or something, that's my cat right now. And I apologize. Anyway, going back to this, I just thank God that my treatment did go okay. My levels are low, but not drastically low. And tomorrow I get my kids, and then tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday I pick up my one son, and then we all go to the beach to see my sister and her family. We'll spend one night there, so it'll be Thursday into Friday. And my levels are low, so I might end up wearing a mask, but it won't be too horrible where I'll be really sick either. And so just pray that the doctor is able to get all the information for me. Oh, that's right. Doctor also decided, he decided to stop the Gemzar? Is that, my God, what am I on? Whatever the chemo I'm on. For some reason, it's not coming to me. I'm stopping that, and I have a script to have a CAT scan, and I'll probably have the CAT scan either over the weekend when I come back or Monday or Tuesday, and then Wednesday I see the doctor, and we'll discuss whatever the outcome is. But right now, I'm not having my chemo my next time. So just pray that everything comes back in time, and that the doctor gets the information that he needs, and that I am actually, that what he thinks this mutation does mean it, and is going to be the right answer for me, at least for the melanoma part. Alrighty? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't know. I guess till next time, till I get more information. Bye, guys.